Good evening. I'd like to call this meeting of the Town of Riverhead Industrial Development Agency to order at March 25th, 2024 at 5:02 PM. I'd like to note that we have a quorum present. The first item of business would be to consider the proposed agenda. Does anyone on the board have any comments with regards to tonight's agenda? No? No. All right. Proceeding from there, I'd like a consideration of the minutes from February 5th, 2024. Does anyone have any comment with regards to the minutes?
No?
No.
Could I ask for a motion to approve the minutes?
So moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
So approved. Correspondence, none, or is there anything?
Yes, we received correspondence from 203 Riverhead LLC requesting some time to consider the agency proposal on a counter of their pilot
Okay.
request for another week.
All right. Thank you. Treasurer's report. I guess that's for you, Lee.
As of February 29th, the balance in the M&T checking account was $283,370.33. The balance in the money market account was $45,092.07, with interest earned of $3.58 at the interest rate of 0.1%. In the project deposit account, the account earned interest in the amount of $3.39, and there was a bank charge of $22. The month-end balance was $35,524.75. The revenues for the month of February included interest earnings of $84.37 and annual compliance fees of $1,250. The expenses for the month of February totaled $27,428.17.
All right, thank you very much. Any comments on this report?
Just a question about maybe having the discussion about whether we want to move some more funds into the money market.
Yeah,
Yep.
actually, I think that's a good idea.
So during the finance committee, that was the discussion. So in the finance committee report, they'll probably discuss that.
Okay, very good.
Actually, yes. That then, that takes care of our finance committee report. There is an audit report. Are you going to cover that, Tracy?
Move to approve the treasurer.
Oh, sure, of course. Can I have a motion to approve the finance committee report?
The treasurer's report, so moved.
Second?
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay, sorry about that kerfuffle. Could we have the audit report then next?
Sure. I just want to backtrack a little bit. I forgot about additional correspondence from the Department of Economic Development from New York State. We received our bond allocation activity, bond allocation for the calendar year 2024 is $746,422.
Okay, you need a glass of water, Tracy? Okay.
No, my doctor said I am supposed to rest my voice.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I said, when am I supposed to do that? So I'll give the audit report.
A challenge.
The audit committee met virtually on March 22nd. It was opened at 9 a.m. Kathy Galloway, from partner of Jones and Little, our auditors, introduced herself, and Stephanie Castro, who was the fifth year on the agency audit. Stephanie is a senior auditor for the agency, and she went through the financial statements with the committee. She noted that they issued an unqualified clean opinion, noting that the last couple of years there was a going concern. This year that was not the case. They did issue a segment of opinion under the emphasis of matter regarding the pending litigation. That's discussed in the footnotes. The MDA, which is the Management Discussion Analysis, shows where the financial numbers fall and provided an explanation of what's going on in the agency. The net position was up $234,000 from the year before. The condensed income statement reflects comparison from the year before, and the operating revenues increased by $326,000. The increase in revenue is a result of closed project fees and an increase in the fee schedule. They then went through the budgetary analysis. Again, actual revenue came in much higher than budgeted, mostly due to the additional project closings. Expenses were a little bit more than budgeted, but that was a result of the required New York State retirement system pension liability deferred inflow-outflow. The agency came in $317,000 over what had been budgeted. You understand what that New York State retirement inflow-outflow is?
Yes.
Okay. She explained the reimbursed expense deposit to the committee, covering the preliminary agreement with the Calverton Aviation Technology and Town of Riverhead application. The charges for completed due diligence, she outlined those. Jones and Little did speak with each attorney representing the agency regarding the litigation and determined the exposure was minimal, if anything. Therefore, they did not need to modify their opinion, but they did footnote it in the audit. Member Farley asked what a component unit of the Town of Riverhead means, and it was explained that the agency falls under the Town of Riverhead. The IDA is its own agency, but the Town of Riverhead reports the agency's activities in its financial statements. The town also reports the LDC. It's understood that the statements are separately stated, and we're basically a public benefit corporation that has to be sponsored by a municipality and approved by New York State. But the town has the legal right to replace our board of directors. The executive director explained what the New York State retirement section required by GASB 68 means. It's basically a hypothetical, and it reflects the agency's contribution to the state should the New York State retirement system fail. It's a balance sheet item that changes every year. It's not a true expense of the agency, and much of the required reporting footnotes for the pension liabilities comes from the KPMG audited report of the retirement system. She then noted the opinion on internal control of financial reporting was also good and clean. There's another opinion on the investment policy, one-page opinion that was also clean. The governance letter for the audit committee from Jones and Little is simply to notify them that there were no problems in drafting the audit, that management was very cooperative and timely, and she did note that Denise is very thorough, and we're always able to meet the deadlines. Recognizing a time constraint on behalf of the auditors, the committee recessed to address the LEC audit, then they reconvened, and with no further questions, I missed something, they motioned to approve the audit and the reports to the full board. The audit, investment guidelines policy and report, salary and compensation policy, whistleblower policy, real property report, and assessment of internal controls were all approved to recommend to the full board for consideration this evening. That completes the report.
Thank you. Any questions or comments on the report? Could I have a motion to accept the report?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
That leaves us with the governance report. Lori?
Okay. A meeting of the Governance Committee was held on February 26th in person and virtually, with the first order of business to conduct the annual review of agency policies, including the fee schedule, disposition of real property policy, procurement policy, statement of board responsibilities, code of ethics, whistleblower policy, bylaws, time and attendance policy, equal opportunity and non-discrimination policy, salary and compensation policy, defense and indemnification policy, and the mission statement and measurement report. After a discussion among board members, the committee approved a motion to recommend that the full board authorize the policies as written. Reauthorize the policies as written. Discussion was also held regarding the inducement of 203 Riverhead LLC, and the committee recommended that the chairman and executive director meet with the applicant to request additional information before finalization of the pilot schedule. The committee discussed the status of the Restaurant Depot project and the fact that the assessor's office has not acknowledged receipt of notification of the exemption, and how the agency may need to consider amending the pilot as a result. The executive director briefed the board on a potential application for 12 McDermott Avenue, issues raised at the prior public hearing related to the school district, and the desire of the chair to receive information on publishing and posting timeline requirements for meetings and public hearings. That concludes the governance committee report.
Okay. Any comments or observations regarding the governance report? Could I have a motion to approve it?
So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And that brings us finally to the finance committee report.
A meeting of the Finance Committee occurred on March 19th, 2024, with virtual attendance. The meeting commenced at 2:02 p.m. First, the committee consulted with counsel regarding legal mechanisms related to negotiations with respect to a project. Subsequently, the committee discussed investment options for the agency's present cash balances. An M&T Bank investment schedule presented during the meeting highlighted U.S. Treasury rates available for various investment terms. The executive director was asked to confer with the CFO and determine an amount which the agency could invest for a period of 2 years while ensuring adequate operating funds for the same 2 months. 2 months. Noting these rates are subject to change, the 2-month term on this day was 5.31%. A motion to follow such course of action and put the CFO's conclusion to the full board was approved. The meeting was then adjourned at 3:31 p.m.
All right, thank you. Any comments or questions regarding the report? Did that answer your question,
Yes,
Laura?
so
Okay.
Denise is looking into.
Yeah, I
I'll
don't know
just
if
mention
how
that
much-
Denise
for
has been sick,
short-term.
so, and we've been busy with trying to get the Paris done in addition to doing
Right.
spreadsheets for the project. So as soon as we can get to it, she'll make a proposal, hopefully for the next meeting.
Great.
All right. I think we have had a motion to approve this report, or have I not requested that?
No,
yet?
we need a
I'll
motion.
make a motion.
All right, second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right, thank you very much. That brings us to old business, and in light of the correspondence we've received, we'll table that old business for the moment. And that takes us to new business. Consideration of policies and reports, Resolution 11-24. Is that what that is?
Yes, sir. We have not completed the Paris yet, but other policies and reports that were presented during committee are up for approval. And that is what Resolution 1123 is, the recommendation of the Audit Committee and the Governance Committee relative to the reports and policies that they reviewed and recommend.
Okay. Well, I would have,
I'll make a motion to approve all the policies in a package.
may I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
All right, thank you. That would bring us to the end of this meeting today, if I'm not mistaken. Any other comments, observations from the board today?
Do we have to vote to table the resolution?
You do.
Well, let me have a motion to table the resolution, thank you
I
very
think
much.
there may be someone here who may want to address. But it's true, it's not a public hearing.
It's not a public hearing today, unless counsel
It's up
for
to
the
you.
applicant has anything to say.
Well, I'll step up
I'll invite comment.
in my appearance. Daniel Baker, Greenberg Traurig, 900 Stewart Avenue, Garden City, New York, 11530. In light of the board's comments so far and my suspicion that you're going to make a motion to table it, that's all I would ask for today.
Right, thank you.
Thank you.
May I have that motion?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Sorry for slipping up on that.
I missed it too, sorry.
And so then, no other comments or observations on IDA matters. I will ask I will ask for a motion to adjourn this meeting at 5:17 PM.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Don't go anywhere, we have another one. Actually, where is it? Here we go. Right, I'd like to call to order the meeting of the Riverhead IDA Economic Job Development Corporation on March 25th, 2024 at 5:17 PM. I note that we have a quorum, and I would like the board to consider adoption of the proposed agenda.
Make the motion to approve.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Any correspondence, Tracy?
No, sir.
No, sir, no correspondence. Approval of the minutes. Consideration of the minutes for a meeting of the Riverhead IDA Economic Job Development Corporation, Resolution 08-24, for the minutes of our meeting on February 5th, 2024.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Treasurer's report. I think that's back to you, Lee.
And for the month of February 2024, the balance in the LDC bank account was $117.12. Activity for the month included bank charges of $25, which charges were reversed on March 4th, 2024. That concludes the treasurer's report on the LDC.
Thank you very much. Would I have a motion to accept the treasurer's report?
I'll make the motion.
Second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Committee reports. We have an audit report tonight.
Yes, sir.
Are you going to?
An audit committee was held virtually on March 22nd with audit committee members Doug Williams, James Farley, and Lori Pipchinsky, all available in virtually. I need to amend that to say that on the report, by the way. The meeting opened at 9:47 a.m. Stephanie Castro from Jones Little reviewed the audit with the committee, noting that they had issued a clean, unqualified opinion. Also noting there wasn't much going on with the cash balance of $249 at the end of December 2023. There were no liabilities. The P&L shows the change in the net assets. There were bank charges and bank fees. Cash flows, cash flow shows the in and outs of the collection agreement with the Riverhead Charter School and a project closing during the year. The footnotes discuss the organization and how the corporation is also a component unit of the town of Riverhead and a related entity to the IDA as it shares a common board of directors. Fees collected through the year amounted to $250 and were collected according to the collection agreement with the charter school. There was one new non-recourse bond issuance for the Riverhead Housing Project. The fee earned was $127,625 net of the application fee, and this amount was transferred to the IDA. Ms. Castro noted that Jones Little issued a clean opinion over the internal controls. The governance letter is strictly to the audit committee, and it explains that there were no problems during the audit and the corporation was very cooperative. There were no comments or questions on the audit, the investment report, real property report, and assessment on internal controls. Therefore, the committee then voted to recommend the reports to the full board. Lori Pipchinsky motioned to recommend the approval of the audit, the reports, and Mr. James Farley seconded the audit, investment guidelines policy and report, salary and compensation policy, whistleblower policy, real property report, and assessment of internal controls were all approved to recommend to the full board for consideration. The meeting adjourned at 9:54 a.m. I would just like to note, I'd like to make some minor typo changes there.
Sure. Any comments or observations regarding this report?
No?
Could I have a motion to accept it?
I'll make the motion.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
With amendments.
With amendments.
With amendments.
Thank you.
No governance tonight, no finance committee tonight, no old business tonight. And the new business is consideration of the annual audit and reports, Resolution 10-24.
I'll make the motion to approve as a package.
I'll second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. And with that,
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
may I have a second?
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Let's adjourn this meeting at 5:22 PM.
Thank you much.